Hey, this is Professor Homa. Welcome to CSC230 W1, your online web development and design class for spring 2016. Just wanted to show you your homepage directory that you'll be using for this course. And I also want to show you the domain name. It's going to be www.wccgraphicwebdesign.com/students. This is where you'll see a list of students for this class, which I also have the fall class here, but your class is the spring class where there's 5 students enrolled so far, and these are your names. And there's going to be links to your directories from here. Keep in mind from this domain that I have up here, it's in a directory called students. So that means it's in a separate folder called students. It has the / there. And if I go back to the main directory, it's going to go to this kind of WordPress kind of page for the graphic and web design degree, which has a bunch of links on it. But if you did get to here, you could click on students, and then you could go to student websites, which is the only link there, to get back to here. So you're going into a subdirectory of that domain, and this is where your links are, and you're going to see your exercises and everything you do in class from this page. You're going to see your own, your other students, and right now if you'd click on a link, so if I click on Troy's right now, I click on a link, and also notice where it's going. It's going into a folder called 2016 CSC230 /KOCH, KOCH, and that's another folder that it's going into. And I just want to point out that I did make a separate directory for the class because I couldn't just have all students because there's multiple classes and some people have a folder for each class. So I had to make separate folders for the class. So that's where it's going, but that's where the link is going to. When you FTP in, when you connect to your server with CyberDuck, you're going to be going to this folder, okay? And right now there's nothing in it. This thing means there's nothing in it. Sometimes you might see like an error message, but right now it's showing this thing saying there's nothing in it. You will put stuff in it, and what it will look like will be, well, actually, let me just show you a class from last spring. I'll show you someone's homepage from last spring. It'll look something like this. It'll have a header on it with some graphic that I just put together. It'll say 2016, and you'll change some of this. You might get a generic one that says your name, and you'll have to change the name. It'll say spring 2016, and it'll have a link to a bunch of your assignments, which you'll then click on an assignment, and it'll open up assignment, and you'll see different things that you work on for this class. So that's what you're going to have as your homepage. As of now, if I go back to students, and let me go back to the students directory, as of now, you don't have a home page there. So if I go to Josh Nimitz page, again, there's nothing there. You will have something, and I'm going to send you something that you will upload so you could do that for one of your first assignments. It's a very generic page. You could change it if you want, but right now there's nothing there. So I just want you to be aware of this is where you're going to be going. So when you FTP in from CyberDuck, you'll be going to your folder, and that's all you're going to see in there. So if you go right now, you'll see nothing in there. But that's where you're going to be putting stuff, and it needs to see an index page in order to display something. Even if you put an HTML file in there, it's not going to show it until you have an index page, or else you'd have to put / whatever the name of the page is. So we'll go over some of that. But again, this is going to be your home page for the semester. And if you have any problems with the links or whatever, let me know. I have all your count information, and it's very simple, so I didn't make any passwords that are really hard to break because there's nothing that we're working on here that's really sensitive or anything like that. So it's just for practice. But just wanted to point that out to you, that this will be our homepage, and this is where we'll be uploading information to. This is where we'll be posting our assignments rather than sending them back to me in e-learning. There may be some things we do in e-learning, but this is where we're going to work for now. So just wanted to point that out so that when you download and install your software for brackets and CyberDuck, you know that this is where you're going to end up going.